It's time for Slam.
We back. Welcome to a special episode of the HighLine podcast. I have a very special guest in the booth today. It's not every day you get Canada's biggest artist on your show.
Wow.
Like, Justin Bieber, Drake,
Whoa.
they got nothing on him. All right, welcome to the show. It's your boy Wole.
Hey, wow. That was an interesting. That was good.
Yeah, that's how we do it here, man. That's how we do it here.
I felt special. I felt like I needed to clap for my
I'll
family.
do it for you, fam. Or even our DT team.
Bless. I like that.
All right, man. Thank you for taking time out of your superstar schedule to
Thank you for having
come
me,
on.
man.
Yeah. All right. And obviously, I don't know if you guys know this, but Wole is a Chelsea fan. And he's had a really rough week. Actually, let's start with last week, because I saw you last week Tuesday when Chelsea had just lost to Madrid in the Champions League quarterfinal. What was your take on how did you feel about that?
Bro, honestly, like it's very hard to put into words. I'm not gonna lie. I think my prayer was that initially after the first leg we lost 3-1 to Madrid at home. And my prayer was that we go to Madrid and we just win, right? That was my initial prayer. It's almost kind of like God gave me that,
Hope.
but like he gave me a little bit too much in between that match, and then took it all away from me, So like, initially I didn't expect that. I thought like, okay, we had the capabilities to beat Real Madrid in their home. But I also thought, okay, you know what? Like, I don't think we're going to do it with enough goals. Like, we can't beat Real Madrid with a 3-goal cushion, right? All of a sudden, we go to Bernabeu and we're winning 3-0. You know, so I get overexcited, and then we made a couple mistakes. It was very, very good performance from Real Madrid. So, and then they go back into the game like deservedly. But I think for me, I was more hurt about the fact that it's kind of like I was given.
Yourself believe.
Yeah, let myself believe, But like, I mean, it's not like they gave me a reason to believe. We're 3 up in the Bernabeu. Where we're cruising, we're doing good, and all of a sudden, within 10 minutes from the end of the game, that was taken away. So I felt like ultimately the first leg cost us. Very, very.
I was just about to say, like, eventually boiled down to mistakes, right? And I do not like Chelsea at all. Like, for one reason. Crazy funny thing, I actually used to be a Chelsea fan. I was a Chelsea fan for a couple months in my life. But then my dad took me to the Emirates and just showed me the Invincible trophy, got me an Arsenal jersey, met Van Persie, met Almunia. I was like, you've won me over. You've won me over.
That's stamp your membership as an Arsenal fan.
But I don't like Chelsea at all. But for what happened with Marcos Alonso's goal, I felt like I would feel like I was robbed if I was a Chelsea fan. Because I didn't think that should have been disallowed. And I don't like Chelsea at all. Like, if I would be absolutely fuming if I was a Chelsea fan. At the end of the day, it all boiled down to a moment of brilliance. Like I said it on the episode we recorded earlier today. It was like Madrid had back in the day, like in those 16, 17, 17, 18 runs when they had Ronaldo, where they looked like they're dead in the water, and then all of a sudden, one moment of brilliance, and just started with Modric's outside foot pass to Rodrigo, and then Benzema showing why he's the best player in the world right now.
I feel you 100%. But you know the thing about the reason why even the Alonso goal really obviously like hurt me. I was pissed about that. Every Chelsea fan must have been so pissed because we fought hard. But I feel like there was so much more that we had to get in that game.
Even when Madrid went 3-2 up, Chelsea had a number of chances. Pulisic had 2 chances.
Pulisic had 2 chances. We did. I felt like Jorginho chance as well. I felt like we did so much that like we can't even isolate a reason why. Like we can't even try and put one reason why we lost that match. The Alonso, when I think about all the chances that we missed, the Alonso chance now, I'm starting to get used to VAR. Can't really celebrate the goal. Definitely. So like I feel like we could have put that game to bed. First leg, I feel like we could have at least walked out of flown to
A
Madrid.
2-1 loss. A 2-1 loss in first leg, changing the
2-1
whole changes the whole thing.
2-1 or 3-2 something.
Yeah.
Like if Lukaku had put that header away at home, we're going with a 3-2 lead into Madrid. I felt like that was more doable. Like the fight was just about to get started if we had like a good little like 3-2 deficit at home. But I mean, it hurt, right?
And the worst thing is, like, as a Chelsea fan, you've had, I know you said this last week, like you've had too much boy stride performances. Like the boys gave it their all, like the Liverpool Carabao Cup final, and then you have the Madrid game as well. Like you can't really pinpoint. Like I watched that game. Rudiger gave his heart, his soul, and his blood for Chelsea that day. He did everything for them. But speaking of Lukaku, let's get into today's game. And with obviously Arsenal won Chelsea 4-2. By the way, you conceded 4 to Arsenal away from home. I mean, at home, a team that has lost 3 of their last 5 Premier League games and 3 in a row. What has your take on Lukaku been so far since he came back to Chelsea? Before we get into the game today,
when you buy a player for that much money, you always want to cling to hope. You always want to believe that like he will do something. He will put something will come out of it. Like I'll give you an example. When we bought Havertz, and in his first season, he was like he was kind of giving me very, very lazy vibes. I remember thinking to myself, what have we done? Like what have we thrown our money?
Definitely.
What
this guy is supposed to be generational. What am I seeing?
Yeah, generational talent. You see all the things that he does, and as every fan will go to YouTube and start watching all the highlights of what he was doing in Leverkusen. And you start to think, okay, like why is he playing like this now? What is going on? And then you hope that something comes out of this buy that you made, and all of a sudden he scores in the Champions League final, and all of a sudden it's looking like, wow,
and he's been your best player this season.
Exactly, this guy paid up 90 million in one game, and then that kickstarts his Chelsea career. He becomes a fan favorite. And this whole season, I've hoped for that for Lukaku. I always knew the kind of player I was getting with Lukaku, but I was hoping that somehow, like the atmosphere of the Premier League will kind of something about it would maybe like look like Serie A, and he would start performing there as well. But like every game that goes by, and he did get chances. We're playing him in every single competition, every single game, every single tournament. We're playing Lukaku 90 minutes for a lot of games. There was a time where Havertz wasn't even seeing the light of day. So like you can't say he hasn't had chances. Right now, I'm not even looking for the goals anymore. When you're a Chelsea fan, like sometimes it's not even about the goals anymore. Like I want to see the effort that you're putting in. Like Havertz will come on the field now. He's the lazy player that I saw in Havertz last season. Now he's the one running left wing, right wing, center.
So do you think it's just an adaptation thing, or his game just doesn't fit Tuchel style or Premier League football style? Or
with Lukaku, I'm not entirely sure. I feel like there's a lot more in him that he could be given to the club, even with the style of play. You don't have to be. Havertz is not the most. He doesn't do all the skills, all the fancy tricks. Like I feel like Lukaku can move around the pitch more. He can drop into the middle more. He can move around more. But I just don't feel like I see enough. And it could be a confidence thing. It could be the fact that maybe he doesn't feel like he's the same player. He's always giving up before he starts the game. This is
Lukaku we saw in Man United. The reason I asked you that question, right, was because of the difference in performances between the game at the Emirates that Lukaku had and the game today.
Oh yeah.
Because at the Emirates, he bullied, like took everything. Pablo Mari's manhood, took everything with him and left. But then today, he was not a factor.
Exactly.
And in the space of less than 5 months, he's gone from a bully to a non-factor. I don't know why that has happened.
You see, and to be honest, I don't really think his ability has changed very much. I just feel like it's his drive. Like if you remember that game we played against Arsenal at the Emirates at the start of the season, he was very hungry. Like he would always show somehow. Yeah, everybody says, like back then you guys we're playing against Pablo Mari, and now it's a different caliber of defenders. But like still, I feel like he was very hungry. He would show. He would come to the middle and show. Like, you get what I mean? He would show.
It was very scary. It was a scary sight.
You get what I mean? But these days, like, he doesn't want to kind of open up space. He wants everything to kind of fall to his feet in the most ideal situation. But like, that's not the type of player we bought. We bought somebody that can drop to the middle, that can hold up play. But like headers, he's not even fighting for headers anymore these days. Like his confidence is just depleted now.
So for you, it's not a thing of his game doesn't suit the Premier League or Tico's system. It's just you don't think he's confident.
Exactly. I don't think it's confidence. Because I feel like in the modern game, you will adapt.
So do you think there's a player in there for the future in Chelsea, in Lukaku for Chelsea?
To be honest, I don't know. I want again as a Chelsea fan, I want to believe like it would be the perfect love story if this guy comes back and starts doing some craziness. But then again, like I don't know how much I believe to be, because to be honest, I'm not gonna lie, like he wasn't really the player that we wanted. If you remember very well, like we really like he was sad to say, but he was.
It felt like a gift from Abramovich to you.
Exactly, because we tried with the Haaland chase for a bit, and it wasn't working, and we thought, you know what, another monster, in the European striker is Lukaku right now. But to be honest,
the season he had last season,
it was crazy, but I don't really think he changed that much. I feel like he got hungrier in Inter Milan, the hunger just got more confident. The hunger stayed throughout the season, but like I don't really think he became more skillful, or he became more, I don't. That's the thing. Like so he's
moving forward. You'd rather have a top than Lukaku.
Would I have who?
You'd rather have a top than Lukaku.
Definitely. Most
dream
definitely.
Scenario. What if you're able to swap with Harry Kane? So Conte gets Lukaku, and then Chelsea gets Harry Kane. It's not going to happen, but a man can dream.
Honestly, he's so tough. But like, I feel like a confident and hungry Lukaku is still very useful for us. Right? Okay. And I feel like I'll take that over Harry Kane. Harry Kane can score goals, but then again, like, I don't know how much I like Harry Kane as a player. I don't know why. I know.
Crazy. It's a crazy take.
It's a very weird thing to say, but like, I don't know why. There's something that Harry Kane is very, very good. Technically, he might be definitely better than Lukaku, but like, I don't know. There's something about him that gives me, like, right now I'm loving our crazy pace on the attack. You get what I mean? Like, there's Werner, there's Mount, and our legs are very quick. I feel like Harry Kane will slow that down a little bit. And Harry Kane is a luxury player now. Like, we're not going to give him we're not going to give him the 90 minutes every time that he
wants. That's crazy, man. That is crazy.
I'm just saying in terms of like he won't. He's the caliber that he's in right now. Like you don't
think he's going to be like good enough for the system you have now?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think
that's fair. I can't argue with that. But let's focus on today's game itself. What was your biggest takeaway from today's game?
This is one of the first times that I have really, really like criticized like a lineup decision from Tuchel, right? And I feel like that played a big factor. It's we're Chelsea at the end of the day. The players that you saw on the pitch today have definitely the past. But at the end of the day, like when the lineup came out today, I remember thinking to myself, like, I don't like this combination of players. Like I'm not used to seeing them around. Everybody is so crazy about like Werner and how he's been doing very crazy these days. But like I've been watching Werner the past couple of games, like he's more confident now. But you can't pair him up with Lukaku. You get what I mean? And let Mount do all the work. You get what I mean? Like Werner does not have good decision making. He scored a goal today, and I was angry. It felt like he had lost it because he shouldn't have taken that shot. That shot was a stupid decision. You could have passed that ball to Mason Mount, and Mason Mount could have scored. But like he took that shot in a very, very unlikely situation to score, and by mistake, by a couple of ricochets, we got the goal. You get what I mean? He has very terrible decision making. So pairing him up with somebody like, if you pair it up with Ziyech, who is very good on the ball, who has very good decision making, and Mount, I get it. But like if you pair him up with Lukaku, who is not going to work hard, who is very clumsy on his feet right now, with very low on confidence, that's a problem up front. You only have Mount, who is literally playing half midfield, half striker, half up top. So like now you have toothless people that cannot take advantage of the mistakes. And you guys made quite a few mistakes, to be honest. You know what I mean? In our back line, we have you're pairing up, I get it. Rudiger was injured. I saw that he was injured from he picked up a knock, and I knew that he wasn't going to play today. But I expected like a Thiago Silva to stay there. We rested him a little bit for at least the first half of the last game. I'll play him in the second half, so he's like got some rest. So play him there, start him beside the young boys. Play Chalobah. You said in your press conference, that Chalobah has been impressive, is now back to the player that we saw before. And if that's the case, then you should have started today. I'd rather him over Sarr. You get what I mean? Play Chalobah beside Thiago Silva on the left, and then play Aspilicueta on as a right centre back. I feel like it could have been a little bit more solid. You get what I mean? So I feel like he could have kept his tactic choice, but he could have played different personnel, in my opinion.
In my opinion, the best thing that happened to Arsenal today was Mateo Kovacic not playing.
Of course.
Like, and I don't know if he's injured or something. But like every single time I watch Kovacic, it just makes me go like he's like the way he strides through the midfield is just like,
Kova is a beast. Kova is a beast. I think he's somehow gone from being our third best midfielder to maybe our best. If I say so myself, you know what I mean? Like he has so many qualities right now as a midfielder that hard to replace. So him not playing was I felt like I knew that was going to leave a big hole, but like I didn't really think the midfield battle would be still won by Arsenal, even because you guys didn't have your Partey as well. You get what I mean? Yeah. So I felt like
it doesn't matter. We have Thursday night Javi.
Yeah,
bro. I'm telling you, midweek El Neni is in the conversation for greatest midfielder of all time, bro.
I'm not gonna lie, he actually performed. He really
But like, this is the kind of game you expect him to play. But still a midfielders. N'Golo Kante. Funto has called him, well, not Funto, me. I call him Patrick Beverley every once in a while because I just feel like last season Kante was so poor, but then towards the end of the season he had this world-class run, picking up man of the match in every single Champions League game. So you eventually won the final that got him Ballon d'Or shouts. But then this season again, consistently, like let me not say throughout the season, but at least half of the season, Kante has been very poor for Chelsea. And do you think what's the way forward, or what is the issue with Kante? Or
I think Kante unexpectedly, I think he started to experience some injuries that we never really saw before. It fits Kante, and somebody that's been playing that plays consecutively, like a consecutive playing Kante, won't make as many mistakes as he has done. I know Kante is not mistake, like it's not free of mistakes.
Benzema's goal, it was down to a Kante mistake.
Exact Kante mistake. So like I know Kante is not free of mistakes. What we know, like as Chelsea fans, like every Chelsea fan knows what Kante is. Like he has one quality that makes him one of the best players every time, and that's the fact that he's just a very hungry beast that can occupy 2-3 different positions at the same time, and he can tackle, and he's very, very just like he's very quick on the transition, you know.
His
so
engine.
Like is an engine, you get what I mean? But nobody's ever saying that he's just free of mistakes and stuff like that. And especially when he hasn't been playing for a little bit of time, if he's been missing patches of games, then you get a Kante that's very, very below par. That's not the Kante that is, there's the Ballon d'Or.
So you think it's down to injuries?
I think it's down to injuries. Injuries will kind of lead to the inconsistencies in your play because you're not playing as often. You get what I mean? So if you're in and out of the club, and then you're in and out of the team, and then you're being replaced by someone like Kovacic, who's going to come and stay in the team, and who's going to produce less mistakes. So I still believe Kante is that guy in terms of like he can still be that engine. Like he still shows that every now and then. It's just that like, and he's very like you said, Patrick Beverley. Like he's sometimes player, but I feel like in the big games, like you can't not put Kante on. You get what I mean? You cannot leave Kante on. So maybe you can't take over. He will have to play a part, in my opinion. Like whether it's in the first half or the second half of the full game, like you have to have a Kante in there because that's two men. You get what I mean? But yes, I do agree with you though. He's not the same player as the end of last season, but I think it's down to the injuries that he's had. And right now I'm not going to blame it on the fasting, but I know that's probably playing a crucial part.
Yeah, that's true.
This is someone like Kante that's already is known for just his work rate and stuff like that. All of a sudden,
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, you're not eating as much and stuff like that, and you're just your one thing that you contribute to the game is just engine work. So I mean that could play a part, but like I said, it's not just this particular fasting season. It's just the whole season. It's not been to his best. So I would definitely say the inconsistency doesn't play as much as last season. Towards when Tuchel came, like Kante was in there 2-4-7. You know what I mean? And resting him when he needed. Yeah.
Obviously, two teams played today. So what did you make of Arsenal?
I think honestly, like there's like I do think that Arsenal the fight. Like I remember I was watching Arteta's post-match interview, and he described it perfectly. Like the way the boys reacted, and to be honest, like I feel like the way Arsenal's reacted to their 3 losses, I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it. You know, like I think
those 3 losses killed me. Those 3
no,
losses
I know, I know, but the reactions, and that's the one thing that you can't. You see, the thing is that the fights at the start of the season, right? Like this, here's the thing that Arsenal fans need to remember: at the start of the season, you guys were not fighting for fourth.
Relegation shouts.
You know what I mean? And
I told you I was a PSG fan.
Exactly. So I feel like everybody at some point, you know, like the boys started to do well, and the boys started to overperform. You know, Arteta had that long streak of games. All of a sudden, it's like, oh, wait, we could actually make this 4th position. We could actually play Champions League next season. So now that, like, you start to see some of the flaws in his play and some of the flaws in the boys' play, and, you know, their youngness shows. You know, people are very, very quick to be like, oh my God, no. But to be honest, like, I don't really think that it's as bad, you know, like even all the games that you guys have like performed. I think I remember watching the Southampton game, like the games that you've played that you did deserve to get something out of it.
We
like,
definitely did deserve to win that Southampton game. We just didn't take our chances.
Exactly.
And every single keeper turns into Fraser Foster, Manuel Neuer against Arsenal. I do not.
Exactly. So like I remember watching that game and I thought to myself, like, even if I wanted to criticize this Arsenal team, like it would just be banter as a Chelsea fan, because to be honest, they did play well. You know, I can't say they didn't play with soul. They didn't play with heart. They didn't play with fire. The tactics did not work, because to be honest, it was just the story of the Premier League.
I think the major thing with us is, and I've seen this opinion severally, and I don't know why people are trashing it, because I think it's spot on. Arsenal starting 11 is good enough, solid enough, standard enough to qualify for top 4 this season.
I think so.
But then, having lost Partey, who is definitely the most important player for us, and Tierney, and then Tomiyasu, it's just the drop off from like when Partey is there and when he's not, and he's replaced with the Lokonga, when Tierney is there and he's not, and he's replaced with Tavares, and when Tomiyasu is there and he's replaced with Cedric. The drop off is a lot. Like it affects everything, how we defend, our build up play, and Arteta has to take some blame as well for what he did against Brighton by fielding Lokonga as the lone 6. But aside that, he's had a pretty amazing season. And
I definitely believe that 100%. I believe that, for especially considering the circumstances. Like I remember thinking, like I was thinking about Arsenal's transfer window in January, and I was like, I remember talking to, I think it was Eddie I was speaking to, and I was like, wow, like I don't like it. Doesn't feel like Arsenal was trying to make top 4. You know, like I don't think they're trying to make Europe even. Like, because I remember, you know, yes, you know, I know Oba had it became a little bit too much to handle, and Oba had to leave. I get it, but like I feel like the drive to replace those players wasn't there, and that will always affect you. You're like in the tournament you're playing right now. You're playing you're competing against teams that have like players that have squads. You get what I mean? So
starting 11 is not good enough.
Starting 11 is not good enough. It's not good enough at all, because when those players go, and even for a team like Chelsea, you can see it. Like I've been crying for Chilwell since October or November. You get what I mean? Like it shows you have players that will come there, but like they won't be able to do the job like somebody who's consistently performing. So
and that's what elevates City and Liverpool from the rest of the league,
from the rest of the league, from the rest of the clique. So you see, if you lose a Tierney like that, like you don't. I've always rated Tierney. I think is a beast. I think he's a beast.
Thank you. Back. God bless you for that. People don't rate Tierney.
Definitely a beast.
Surprises me.
Oh no! Like it will be a lie if anybody told you don't rate Tierney and the kind of work that he performs on that flank. So you guys losing him with no, you know, proper replacements, you know, that has that kind of drive and that kind of has that talent to kind of like whip balls in and take people on and even shoot. At some point, he was shooting and scoring. So like not being able to replace that is always a big thing, especially when you're playing the Premier League. Like you're going to play against a Brighton that has Tariq Lamptey, and that guy is just very, very shifty.
He's just very annoying. He's just one of those annoying.
You know what I mean? Like I was so mad when we sold him to Brighton. But yeah, like to be honest, like I feel like Arteta hasn't had a bad season at all. And if he makes top 4, to be honest, like that's very, very impressive. Like
that's super impressive. Yeah,
extremely impressive. So to be honest, I think even everything is still a learning. I know there is a hunger for Arsenal fans to get there, you know, because you guys have been waiting for it for a while. Patience is running.
I was in secondary school the last time Arsenal played Champions League.
Oh
I
my
am starved. I haven't seen Champions League football in this is 2022. Last time I saw
Guys,
Champions League
Euro
was
style.
2017.
bro, I can
And the
imagine.
last result we had in Champions League was 10-2 against Bayern Munich.
Against Bayern. Oh my god.
No,
My
and
God.
I'm starving.
I know for a fact that Arsenal is like Arsenal's almost there. Arsenal's
So do you
almost there.
think, do you give the edge to Spurs this season, or do you think, or is the North London derby going to decide?
To be honest, like Tottenham are just very Tottenham. They're very Tottenham.
That's a very accurate description.
Yeah, like it's like the reason why it's very hard to call it's just because like I feel like it's between Arsenal and Tottenham, but it's hard to kind of rule Man U out because they're Man U too. You get what
Ronaldo.
I mean? Like, there's just a Ronaldo factor. It can get you. Ronaldo is a big factor for them. So and the thing about Tottenham is that their attack is becoming a little bit more brutal now, but they'll also drop. Like, everybody's going to drop points, and everybody has tough fixtures now. So I don't know who to give the edge to be honest. Like I feel like
you're still on the fence right now.
Yeah, I'm still on the fence. I'm still very on the fence. I don't know. I don't even know. It's between Arsenal, Man U, and Tottenham for sure. But I don't know who's going to make it through. I don't know who's going to make it through. To be honest, right now, like if we keep playing the way we played, we might go to that.
When you lost to Brentford, if Arsenal had won, like let's say if we had lost to Crystal Palace, won Southampton, and won this team, won Southampton and Brighton, and then obviously won you guys today, it will be 2 points between both of us. Then you would be in like the running.
In the running,
But then, it's 5 points between Arsenal and Chelsea. I just don't see Chelsea have too much quality to slip up, especially with the fixtures they have. I think they're going to batter Man United next week as well. So,
I mean, to be honest, you never know. Like because today I did not really think that we would struggle as much as we did. I knew,
especially when Nketiah are playing. I did not see
that's what I'm saying. Like Nketiah, like I think that's the part that, like, because I'm not gonna lie, the way I said I really rate Tierney. I've never really rated Nketiah.
I'm an Arsenal fan. I struggle to rate him as well.
I don't even think he deserves to play for Arsenal on a bad day. Like I've never really rated Nketiah like that. I always thought, okay, like even when Lacazette is not scoring, I'd probably rather have him there. Like,
no. Well, if I start with Lacazette, we're not finishing today.
But for real though, like I think I'm still on the fence about who's going to make it through, but Tottenham are always going to be Tottenham. Arsenal knows how to kind of keep a good run of games going. Obviously, this last 3 games has been very crucial. But then again, all the other teams are dropping the expected points they're supposed to be.
I have no expectations. I just want to see what we do against Man United on Saturday, and then I'll know how to go from there. So back to Chelsea, because you're a Chelsea fan. You made the FA Cup final last week. Where do you stand? Do you think boys are going all out for revenge in that FA Cup final? Do you have Liverpool winning it? And
I think we're going all out for revenge. I think we're going all out for revenge. But then again, we've been an almost club for the past little while, and I don't like it. I feel like we've accomplished.
You won the Champions League last season.
I know.
What do you mean almost club?
I know. I trust me. I understand. But like you see, when you tasted success like that, you get hungry. You know what I mean? And you start to see it. So like I know like with other clubs that, like, if you haven't really like won a trophy, you just want to win that one trophy. But the minute you win that one trophy, you want to like stay up there. You don't want it to look like a fluke. You get what I mean? And we've done very, very well. Like I feel like this has been a very good season for us. Tuchel has been amazing. Like
I was going to ask you that. Like, how would you rate Chelsea's season as well?
I think we've been amazing. I think we've been good. If you look at performance-wise, some results haven't gone our way. Crucial results haven't gone our way, which is very, which is going to be a factor at the end of the season when we talk about, like, where we could have been. But I think we've done very well. We've made both domestic cup finals.
Very well, though. Because I picked Chelsea to win the Premier League at the beginning of the season.
Premier League, yeah. And then we suffered our regular Chelsea December slump. Now a couple players started getting injured.
So even with that, you still think Chelsea have had an amazing season?
I think we've had an amazing. I think we've done very, very well. We've played so many games. I think we've played the only games we haven't played this season are the 3 Champions League games that we won't get to play. Apart from that, we played every game, played every FA Cup game all the way onto the final, and then played every time on top of it. And to make up for the games that we haven't played in Champions League that we're not going to play, we played it in the semi-finals and finals of the Club World Cup. So we've played almost all the 65 games or 63 games that we're projected to play this season. We're going to have played them at the end of the season. So we've played so many games, and we've reached every single final. Like, we've reached every single final. When we didn't reach a final, we in Champions League, we almost went through against the Real Madrid side that just had so much quality. So I think Tuchel's like follow-up season from the Champions League has been really good. Obviously, if you're going to judge it with trophies, if we don't win any trophy, like apart from the Club World Cup that we won earlier in the season, people are going to say that doesn't matter because it was from last season. But like, to be honest, I do think that he's done very, very well. And when we've lost to worthy opponents. You know what I mean? Like, we lost to, apart from obviously Brentford.
Just know you called Arsenal a worthy opponent.
No. I mean, like, to be honest, like, in this game, you guys definitely deserve to win. You definitely deserve to win the game that you won today. We dropped off, like, and at times that we haven't won, you could tell that like we just need to be better. We just need to be, and we're not like Tuchel said, we're not Man City or Liverpool. Like, we cannot win games with like 80%.
You'll be there soon.
Hopefully our new owners could come and do something. But considering everything that's happened to us this season as Chelsea, with COVID, with the buy and everything, I think we've done well. I think we've done very, very well. Like, I hope to, like, if we can win the FA Cup final against Liverpool by any way possible, whether it's penalties or extra time, I don't even care. Like, it would be a successful season for me.
I'm going to break your heart, but I think Liverpool is going to win it just because the drive for that quadruple. I think Liverpool, like they're prepared to kill every single person standing in their way for every trophy right now.
Yeah.
Because I think you just spoke about how, you know, Chelsea have played all the finals this season. So have Liverpool.
That's true.
Like, obviously, aside Club World Cup, Super Cup, got to the final of the Carabao Cup, in the final of the FA Cup, still in the semi-final of the Champions League, still have the chance to win the Premier League.
Yeah.
And so if Klopp pulls up a quadruple, does he automatically, you know, does that pedal him into the Pep, Sir Alex, you know, bracket?
To be honest, I'm already putting him there. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
even without it,
I'm putting Pep. I'm putting.
Some say he has only 9 trophies in his career.
I mean, it's true. That's very true. But the team that he has built now, there's a lot more to come.
Coming from where they were, especially from where they were coming.
Especially from where they were coming, there's a lot more to come. So I think, I mean, this guy, his career, unless he chooses to retire, but this Liverpool team that he's building and what he seems to be doing with his transfers and, you know, the kind of players that he's wanting,
he knows what he wants.
He knows what he wants. He knows what he's trying to play. Like, he knows what kind of team he's trying to build. And he's not tired. He's not kind of like relaxing. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
He wants everything too. So it's not just like, I don't think he's out of that caliber. I think he's very hungry to beat anybody that's in his way. But I'm judging our chances of winning the FA Cup based on the games that we played against Liverpool in the past.
I don't think they've beat you guys this season except on penalties.
Yeah, they haven't beat us this season. So we always show up against these guys, against Liverpool. Even in this Carabao Cup final, I was so hurt. I'm not gonna lie, but I was so proud of the performance. But like, I feel like we could have just done it because we created more chances in that game. We did a lot. I feel like we did a lot. Like, we did a lot better than the result kind of shows. Yes, we went to penalties. Yes, everybody says we played well, but like, you need to watch that game back to see the kind of chances we created. Chances that we would put away, we should be putting away normally. Chances to Mount, chances to Lukaku. We did so well. Obviously, they had their own chances too, but I do think that we could have edged it. We could have.
It's definitely going to be a cracking game. Definitely.
It's going to be a crazy game. But I think one thing that's going to play a huge factor in that game is the fact that we now have a little bit more time to prepare. We will have more time to prepare for that game at that time. You know, knowing that Liverpool are probably going to beat Villarreal across 2 legs and go to the final. With that in the back of my mind, I believe they will be very occupied.
So you think Chelsea is winning the FA Cup?
I think we're going to win the FA Cup. I think we're going to win.
So who do you think is winning the Premier League?
You can call it just the fans' belief.
No. It's not a crazy take. It's not a crazy take. Definitely not a crazy take. But who do you think is winning the Premier League?
Ooh, Premier League. That's so tough. I think I'm going to go with Man City.
Just because it's theirs to lose.
Just because it's theirs to lose. Yeah.
I like drama. I want Liverpool to win it. I think Liverpool will win it. I think City is going to slip up so unexpectedly, and Liverpool is going to pounce.
To be honest, there's always a possibility. Like, I'm looking at the run of games, and to be honest, there's a possibility of. The only reason why like it doesn't look like Liverpool will slip up is because they're looking very scary right now.
They are very scary.
Yeah, I feel like the minutes like they have Diaz back at a very crucial time in the season, Man City, and that's going to be very telling. I think when he comes back, everything's going to be locked up. So now it's just going to be for the attackers to score and to finish their games.
I sound crazy saying Liverpool win the league because City's fixtures are. I think they have. They've got Wolves, Watford, Leeds, Newcastle, West Ham, Aston Villa. But West Ham might be the one to crash the party. Don't sleep on this.
Honestly, like I would not be one bit surprised if Liverpool, like if they pinch it, I'm not going to be surprised.
Yeah.
I just feel like City, just because like I just know that like.
I can't blame. We've seen them dominate the past 3-4 years. So I can't blame you for that.
Yeah, and they'll do. The only reason why I would say Liverpool could do it is because I feel like the pressure, like Liverpool are looking too scary right now, so the pressure is on City.
So City win Prem, Chelsea win FA Cup. Obviously, Liverpool have won Carabao. Who do you have winning the Champions League?
I think it might be Liverpool. Liverpool for champs.
Because we can get a Liverpool City Champions League final as well.
We can. We definitely can. And I feel like they will probably break Man City hearts again. I feel like they'll break Man City hearts.
That would be 2 Champions League trophies for club in the space of how many years? Ridiculous.
I think because like I mean to be I don't look at the headlines. I look at the opponents. Like I look at who is playing. Like because for example, like I mean for us when we played Man City last Champions League finals, like it did not seem like we had a chance of beating them because everything was written against us in terms of like we already beat like Pep twice in that season. We knocked him out of one cup already. That was the only trophy Pep hadn't won. And it didn't seem like we had any real chance because like Pep was coming hungry for revenge from the season and to get his first time Champions League for Man City. So to be honest, like everything would, but I also realized that like those young boys like they didn't have experience.
When Chelsea won Champions League, this guy came. Who they breed? I'm like, free me.
Bro, I've never been so happy. I think I was so happy about that because like as opposed to the 2012 Champions League, like this one was very like we deserved it. I feel like we played our heart out.
Outplayed Real Madrid. Outplayed Real Madrid. Every single person.
Everything. When we played against City, we did not look like we could tell we played our heart out. Like Real Madrid. 2012, I feel like it was just written in the stars for us.
2012, God was on your side.
God was on our side. God.
Because for Robin to miss that penalty, God was definitely on your side. I hear you. I hear that.
I'm telling you. So I think Liverpool for champs, Man City for Prem, and I think we're going to pinch that FA Cup. We have to. Maybe I'm just hoping to God, but we have to.
Okay.
I can't another trophy for Liverpool.
On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate Chelsea season?
I want to say 7.5. Between 7 and
they walked away with the Super Cup, Club World Cup, potentially the FA Cup, finishing 3rd in the Premier League, the Champions League quarterfinal, Carabao Cup final.
Yeah. I think I would say 7.5. This will go to an 8.5 if we end up picking up that FA Cup trophy. But right now where we are, what we've done, the kind of things we've been able to pull off, I think a 7.5 is fair, or maybe 7.5 is pretty fair. I feel like there's a lot more that I was hoping for, but then again, we won the Champions League. I was just a very big dreamer for the season.
Definitely. So before, obviously, we'll circle back to Chelsea, but before we do that, this Liverpool City rivalry reminds me of the Madrid-Barcelona rivalry. 2 best coaches in the world going at it every week in the same league. Like literally every single trophy both of them are in are decided by one of them. Honestly. Like the Carabao Cup was decided by Liverpool. Premier League is going to be decided by either of them. Champions League will be decided by either of them unless they both lose their ties. FA Cup is decided by either of them, and this rivalry is giving us something that Madrid rivalry never gave us, which is potentially a Champions League final with like two of them going at each other.
I feel like these coaches, Klopp and Pep, for what they've given us this season, I think they should, like, there needs to be some extra. They
need to create a Hall of Fame for them or something,
just especially for them, because like the story has been written nicely, you know, like very, very nice, and they've lived up to play the part in the story.
Definitely.
We've written, the pundits and everybody they've written a story about two giants in English football that are hungry for everything, ruthless, and they've lived up to it. Like they perform week in, week out. You know, even when the media tried to make it seem like, you know, they would both suffer because, you know, at some point
AFCON
players, AFCON, all that kind of stuff. These people did not drop points. They weren't Liverpool were look at Liverpool. I don't think they dropped any points when AFCON.
They did not. They picked up.
They lost two or three of their start. They
lost Salah and Mane. If Arsenal lose, look at what happened when Arsenal lost Tierney and Partey. Lose Salah and Mane, like, and then
Salah and Mane. Yeah. So yeah, like I think they need to be rewarded like highly for what they've given us this season. And you know, like I always wanted Chelsea to be the one team that would just come in there and, you know, like break things up. And we tried hard. Like we tried hard with the Carabao.
That's what's going to be my next question.
Yeah.
So you've obviously given Chelsea an 7.5, could potentially be 8.5 with the FA Cup. So what are now your expectations going into next season, going into the transfer window and going into next season?
In the next season, I don't want it to be a two-headed race or a two-horse race or whatever, however you call it.
Yeah, four-horse race between Liverpool, Chelsea, City, and Arsenal.
Yeah. whatever happens, I want to be up there. I want to be up there with the hope of winning that title until the end of the season. So whether I'm fighting a three-headed race or a four-headed race, I need to be like there. Like I need to have until the end of the season and until the last two games of the season. I want to know that there's a possibility of us actually winning it. You know, like I don't want to. I feel like we let it slip because we were top of the season. We were top of the league.
Top of the league.
For the first for almost like
City took over in December.
So we're there for 3 good months, right? And we're very consistent. So until we start having issues, we're losing a bunch of players
and
at once.
Chilwell through injury.
We lost Rich James for like 12 weeks. We did have some issues in December that I know for a fact that like you don't really anticipate, especially you think you have a good squad depth, but like the quality is a little bit, you know, like apart. You get what? Like when your wing backs are the ones scoring for you and you lose both of them like around the same time, like it's very, very tough. So like we could have, I feel like next year, like if we can hopefully get this buy across the line and we can get good replacements so that our second 11 can be very, very identical in terms of quality to our first 11. I think next season we have a very good chance of.
So your goal is just majorly in the Premier League, not any.
The Premier League. Yeah, Europe. I'm not as hungry.
You're just
right
gonna
now.
Try and go as far as you can in the Champions.
Yeah, like, and that's one thing I like right now. I feel like we go for everything. Like with Tuchel, I think he's just hungry for anything. Like he's angry when we go out of any competition. So you can tell that he puts effort into everything that we play in. But I know for a fact that like I'm personally as a Chelsea fan, I'm very hungry for the Premier League. We last won in 2017, and I know it's not been as long, but like.
The difference in standards, bro. Earlier, you said something about, you know, being hungry for a trophy and you won Champions League last season. My club has never won the Champions League. And now you're saying, it's 2017 since Chelsea last won the Premier League. I was 3 years old or 4 or 5 years old the last time Arsenal won the Premier League. Keep flaunting, like it's cool.
But I mean, but then again, like it's one. I promise you that it's going to be that one trophy that will kind of trigger you into being a person that is just.
I hope so.
And to be honest, like you guys.
And the thing is, like you guys should pray Arsenal don't become like good because I will be unbearable. I'd be like, hi, I'm an Arsenal fan. My name is Faye. Like you would know I'm an Arsenal fan before I tell you my name.
It's a different. I'm not gonna lie, it's a different walk. It's a different walk you walk. Definitely. Like bro, like when we won the Champions League last season, But like I was walking differently.
Bro, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was even telling some guys like, Wole is nice. Nobody will chat to me, fam. Like, police can't even stop me if my team wins the Champions League.
Bro,
I run as much red lights as I want.
Bro, charms like bro, it's a different type of walk. And like and you also sometimes you can also see that like there's some performances that Chelsea puts into some games that you know for a fact that like we seem it looks like we can beat any team on
Definitely 1000%.
I feel like if even the big boys, like I know this season we kind of fell short to Man City twice.
You just have to look at that performance against Real Madrid to show.
Bro, they
can pull their own against any team in the world right now.
Any team in the world, and when you have that, like you want to dream of everything. You know what I mean? So you don't really want to you don't go into games like after watching all the Liverpool games that we played against them this season. Like I'm not really scared of any. Like every time I go into a game right now, like because Liverpool, Man City are the two best teams in the world.
Definitely.
And if I can hold my own against them, if I can beat them when it matters, like even this season we played them like a whole half with one man down, and we still held our own in their home. I think so. So we've done well.
It's the other way around.
Yeah, was it?
Oh yeah. It was Rich James that got sent off.
Rich James got sent off. Remember? Yeah,
that's true. Yeah,
Rich James got sent off. We played in a very hostile place that's
dangerous. Trust me, I've suffered in Anfield. I
know
how dangerous that place can be.
So you get what I mean? If we lose our crucial right back, and you are playing against these kind of attackers, like it's, and we kind of held our own. So I feel like we just a little bit more push and a little bit. If we can stay consistent next season, I think we can do some madness.
Also, so you don't have any do you have anybody that you feel like Chelsea needs to get this guy in the transfer window, like as a fan?
But to be honest, like I had so many like ideas for people that I wanted in the transfer window, but now everything has changed because I don't know what the future of our players holds right now.
Christensen,
Rudiger, like to be honest, more than anything, like more than even like I would forfeit a transfer window if that meant we would keep Rudiger for another like 5 years or another like 4 years. You know what I mean?
It's crazy because when I first met this guy, he did not rate Rudiger at all. At all.
But it's like I'm
this
not
is what coaching does. This is what coaching does.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Like he's a rock, and like it's not just his technical ability or he's the leader now. Like he's
I was going to say he things he does off the field as well.
Off the field, like he's a leader now. Like he knows how to, and he's very quick and he's very sound and he's very confident in the way that he plays and with the kind of drive, and he wants to make things happen, even from center back. So like to be honest, it's very crucial that we keep that guy. It's very, very crucial. I don't even know what's going to happen. I don't know what the future holds for our transfer markets or whatever we're going to do. But if we have to like not focus on buying players and just keeping Rudiger and bringing back bringing back another sharp midfielder in Conor Gallagher, just bringing back to add him back. I don't even think we have to buy per se. If we can replace one of the.
I think the best thing for your team is that like people don't notice. People talk about how Arsenal squad is young and Chelsea have a really young squad too.
Really young squad.
Really young. Exactly. Like obviously there's the Kantes, there's the Thiago Silvas.
Yeah.
There's the ZX, but like you have Kai Havertz, you have Mason Mount, Timo Werner is still 25, 26.
Exactly.
Rhys James, Christensen is 25. I think Rudiger is
Pulisic
is like 23 as well. Kovacic is still like 26.
Yeah.
And then you have Conor Gallagher coming back in there. So like
exactly.
They're reaching the age where most of them are going to start to peak.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, I'm scared of Chelsea. I am scared. I am scared. I literally picked them to win the Premier League this season. I won't pick them.
No. We're I think we're on a very good track, and I feel like we hit the jackpot with Thomas Tuchel. I think he's
amazing coach.
Very amazing, a very, very amazing coach. I think he's very good. I think he knows what he wants. I think he's very detailed, and he does things to the T. I would also hit the jackpot with Thiago Silva as well. So whatever we can get from that man before he leaves, whether it's to help the likes of Chalobah, who's also another young defender that's really impressed.
I forgot him as well,
for a good part this season. Whatever we can get from him in terms of bringing those guys up and making them beasts as well. I hope that those guys can learn before he can't play for us anymore.
So for you, it's just you have to be in the race for the Premier League next season.
Yes, definitely.
Right.
Premier League is my target next
I
season.
can't be
Like,
mad at that. Can't be mad at that.
I
Okay,
need
so
that.
we've come to the end of our, should I call it Chelsea special with Wole. Thank you so much
Yes,
for
sir.
taking time out of your superstar schedule, like I call it, to come on the pod. And I know it's not easy. Like I know. And when you drop bangers like that, like it's gotta be tough. It's gotta be tough.
I appreciate you having me, man. This was definitely fun. This was fun.
You guys should check out. Do you want to check out
Yes,
Wole's
for sure. Check out Wole on all streaming platforms. With Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you have.
Guys, I'm not saying this because I know him. Like these songs, these songs.
I swear, guys.
These songs.
Also, keep tuning into the HighLine podcast, man. You have one of the best hosts around here. You know, it's an amazing individual.
Appreciate you, man.
Very, very amazing host. A very good footballer.
Hey, do you know what? I would appreciate if you say he's the voice of reason as well. So Femi and Tosin can hear.
100%, he is the voice of reason for sure.
You know what? I'm cropping that out. That's all I need. That's all I need.
For sure. I can't believe I was able to have a chat with you when you guys just beat my team. I'm hurt still.
Voice of I make everyone feel comfortable, fam. Like, unless you're a United fan, I'm very hostile towards them because they deserve it.
I'm tipping you guys to actually be fourth over them.
I just hope we beat them on Saturday. That's
because like it would be for me. I feel like it would be a good story.
Do you know my life would be if Arsenal lose to Man U? Because that's Israel, that's Tosin, that's Chris, that's Futo, that's all of them on my life. I can't do that.
Yeah, like, you guys go. If you guys beat us, like, I mean, come on,
man. Yeah. But yeah, once again, thank you guys for listening to the HighLine podcast, our Chelsea special with Wole.
Yes, sir.
Make sure to check his stuff out. I recommend Special. That's my favorite. Give us a follow on Instagram. Give us a follow on Twitter. Give him a follow on Instagram and Twitter as well. His link will be in the bio. As usual, I've been your voice of reason, voice of truth. Man who speaks the truth, only the truth, and nothing but the truth.
You know.
We'll see you in the next episode of the HighLine podcast. Have a lovely day. Goodbye.